Hello and welcome back to Wax Cat Vinyl. Thanks for joining us for episode 5 in our 45 Hall series. Today we're going to be talking about two different artists, Petula Clark and Rick Nelson. Sally Petula Clark is a British singer, actress, and songwriter. She would start out as a child performer, and with a career spanning more than 85 years, she has had the longest career of any British entertainer. She first charted in 1954 in the UK and would go on to have international success with hits in Germany, Italy, and Spain. Her success would cross the pond to the United States in 1964 with a 5-year run of career-defining hits, including well-known #1 songs like Downtown and My Love. Starting with Downtown in late 1964, she would have a string of 15 consecutive top 40 hits in the US. 9 of those releases would make the top 20, and she was oftentimes referred to as the First Lady of the British Invasion. She has sold more than 70 million records worldwide. She would receive a Grammy Award for Best Rock and Roll Recording of 1964 for her hit Downtown, as well as a Grammy for Best Contemporary Vocal Performance of 1965 for I Know a Place. Petula Clark would also see success as an actress, and she would receive a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a Musical, as well as multiple BAFTA nominations for her roles in other stage musicals. This collection had 3 singles from Petula Clark. Downtown was released in 1964, and it would reach #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100. It would go on to sell 1.6 million copies in the United States alone. It also became an international success, reaching #1 on the charts in Australia, Canada, Italy, and Germany. The B-side song was You'd Better Love Me. I Know a Place was released in 1965. It would also be a #1 hit on the US charts and would sell 750,000 copies in the United States. The B-side song was Jack and John. My Love was also released in 1965 and would also be a #1 hit in the United States. It would also be Petula Clark's second best-selling single with 840,000 copies sold. The B-side song was Where Am I Going? Next up we have Rick Nelson. Rick Nelson was an American musician and actor. At the age of 8, he starred in the radio and television series The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and would begin a long and successful recording career in 1957. He would start out his career going by his childhood nickname of Ricky Nelson, but in 1961 he would officially change his recording name to Rick Nelson in an attempt to shake that childhood image. Between 1957 and 1973, Rick Nelson would chart 54 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 and its predecessors, including Poor Little Fool in 1958, which has the distinction of being the first #1 song on Billboard magazine's then newly created Hot 100 chart. 30 of those 54 songs would make the top 40, and 18 would make it into the top 10. In 1987, Rick Nelson was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In addition to his music success, Nelson would also see success with films and television. In 1996, he was ranked #49 on TV Guide's Greatest TV Stars of All Time. I found 2 singles from Rick Nelson in this collection. Young World was released in 1962 on the album 7. It would reach #5 on the US Billboard Hot 100. The B-side song, Summertime, would also make the Billboard charts, peaking at #89. It's Up to You was also released in 1962 from the album It's Up to You, and it would hit #6 on the US Hot 100. The B-side song, I Need You, would chart as well, and it would reach #83. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you like, subscribe, and come back to check out episode 6.